Hello everyone. Sorry, my voice is a bit off. I'm a bit sick. Well, I'm feeling much better, but there are some leftovers. But it is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't, and we'll work with what we have. So, we'll continue to work on static site generator. At some point, I will finish this project, and maybe even I will start using it in some capacity. But this is a different topic for a different video, for a different stream, for different life. So last time we talked, and last time I presented feature development in static site generator. If I'm not mistaken, we did some work related to, we started to work on query generator, on querying pages. And since this last video, since this last stream, I did some upgrades, did some development, and actually I had some progress that I want first of all show it to you, and let's talk a bit about current state of the project. So first of all, let's run yarn build watch in watch mode. So all the source code will be generated every time I'm doing changes in the core logic of the project. Then what I did also is I moved the preview command. Preview command previously worked in the root of the core project, but now in order to preview your site, you need to run preview inside of your actual site. For example, I have my source code of all the pages in my playground folder, and here I have a preview command, and now it's exposed from the core project. So in order to see the site, I need to run yarn preview inside of in my case inside of a playground, which is a project. So this is the address is the same, and now I don't want to make Brave default browser, thank you very much. And now what we can see is actual project. I also created a logic for querying blog posts, and if we click on blog, we see a list of pages, and actually I can navigate between pages, and I have sort of pagination with some basic, very basic and very ugly design, but my main point was to see that CSS is propagated and propagated correctly. So this green frame around numbers is actually the CSS that I checked that it works. So now regarding the querying and pagination, actually I just implemented it using my existing functionality, existing query functionality, and I just introduced. Okay, I did some also renaming, so all my projects will have same how they call it, how npm calls it, space, I believe. No, how they call the add whatever, I think space. Maybe if I'm mistaken, please correct me in the comments, but but I will call it space for now. So in order to see it a bit easier in the list of all dependencies. So actually it's not here. Where is my definition of the, or where is my query definition? Wait a minute. No. Where's schema? Where I put schema? I always forget where I put schema. Yeah, here it is. It's in definitions. Okay, so here's the definition of the schema of GraphQL, and here I have only one query for now, which is a pages query, which I'm processing here. Okay, and then I'm using this class in order to create a root value for GraphQL. Well, if you never worked with GraphQL, probably this terminology is a bit alien to you, but in general, GraphQL is I cannot say that it's the best language or it's the best approach. It has some drawbacks, but in my case, I wanted some query language, so I will be able to query my own pages or whatever I need in my file structure. So either I will invent my own or I will use existing one. And so the question is which one from existing ones I want to use, and I decided to use GraphQL because I'm a bit familiar with that and it sounds like a good approach. This is how I'm querying pages. In my case, I'm querying using filter by category. Category is additional taxonomy that I introduced in my project, mainly because I wanted to distinguish between pages that dedicated for the blog and other pages, because I'm building a site generator in the I'm not building site generator for blog posts. I'm building site generator for the site. And so in order to distinguish between different categories, I decided to introduce categories, and I have a blog category right now. And so it's very straightforward, nothing very special. So yeah, this is how querying works. And actually here I'm querying pages that I want to render, and then I introduced an additional API that actually allows me to render pages. Well, it's not like I couldn't render pages before, but the limitation before was that in order to render a page, I need to first introduce a file that represents a page inside of the project. Like if I need a home page, I need to create a file in a certain place in the file structure that will represent home page. In this case, it will be index file in the pages root. But in case of dynamic routes, let's say, in case I need to, I don't know which page will be created where, in case of, for example, pagination for the blog posts. I have no idea how many pages I will have, and probably at some point I will change this approach, and I will have more pages, more posts per page, or less posts per page, something that I want need to be dynamic. So in this case, I need to create a page dynamically, and this is what I introduced in create page API. So I need to provide a template for this for the content of the page, and I need to provide route, title, and some props that will be passed to page, so it will be easier to render. In this case, I need information regarding the pagination. What page, what is the number of the current page, and how many do I have in total, so I will be able to render pagination. And this is it. So yeah, and what I did in addition is I introduced tests. Just a second, feels like I have some changes. What I did? Yeah, right. Let's comment it. No, not comment, let's commit it. All right. So I introduced tests. What it allows me to do is to it's a bit small. Let's do it here, light. And I introduced it packages E2E, right? I introduce tests that allow me to actually test the functionality in E2E manner. I can test whatever I can test new features. I can test regressions. I can check that nothing is broken after adding new features. So it is very convenient, and it's really end-to-end test because what I'm doing is I'm creating a project, I'm building a project, I'm running preview, and I'm seeing it in the browser. So in order to run tests, I use yarn test, and then I'm running all the suites. Actually, I have a bit more complicated tests and less complicated E2E tests than the most complicated, because I'm actually running a browser and I'm showing the contents of the test of the site and the browser, and I'm checking screenshots, and I have a bit simpler tests that I'm only checking a file structure. So yeah, and it already helped me to find out some problems that I wouldn't figure out that I have them without creating these tests. They are a bit long, take time to run them. Maybe it can be improved, but it's good enough for now. And also I have some problems with memory leaks that I will need to address as well. For now, I'm just manually removing node projects that I know are just leftovers from these tests, which is not good, obviously, but we will address them when time comes, and I just want to make a note so I will not forget it. So the problem is here. Okay, let's also write it here. Okay. Okay, so let's hope that it will not be forgotten. So, okay, I will address it later, and what I wanted to do today is actually to work on tags. What I have in addition in every blog post is additional taxonomy that I currently am not using. I'm having one, but it is not in use, which is tags, and this is something that I want to address. Okay, so first of all, I think I prefer to start by actually rendering it. Okay, so it will be visible, at least for my eyes. And where is it? Site builder. Okay, it took me some time to find it out, but and I have Actually, it's... Why do I want to render it? Tag is not content. So I need sort of template, like blog page template. Because currently what I'm doing is, where is it? Evaluation. I think so, yeah, evaluate MD, and here I'm evaluating it. And here it is. It is evaluation of TypeScript, and I'm just rendering it to static markup. Okay. And I'm evaluating page. Here is content. And yeah. And this is it. So so on one hand, I can use site render functionality, render a page wrapper, for example, and I can actually let's see how it's used. Page wrapper, and here I'm passing content, right? I think I need to pass at least page config here. So let's maybe do it right now. Content props. Let's pass page as well. Imported file. Where is the LTS? User. What? Okay, what's user page? User page is... Okay, it's not what I need. User page component. This will be a better name. And so here I can pass now, right? You know what, page wrapper, function of page wrapper. Cool. Do I have page like config something? Page config, right? So maybe let's call it page config. Page config. Right, so now I can page config, pass it here, and page I have config here. Okay, and I need to pass it here as well. Cool. So now I will be able to use it inside of page wrapper and call it page config. Nice. And so here what I can do, by the way, I'm using let's make it a bit smaller. It's a title of menu. I don't know why I need title here, but whatever. And let's write title of the page that I'm currently rendering, and here it is, and yarn build and blog page 1. Cool. Okay, something that I will need to address later. And okay, and here what I want to render is tags. So let's introduce a new component. And tags. Well, let's just call it tags. I don't know. Okay, page tags. TSX. Yes, of course. Oh my god. Okay. And here will be, oh no, not here. No, actually here. And now I need to define type of the tags, which will be, I believe, just string, array strings, and it will be optional. Okay, and here page, come on, page tags, and page config, and I should have tags here. Okay, now let's introduce CSS. So I have page tag, which will be display inline block. I will use padding 0 top and bottom, and let's say 5 pixels left and right. So okay, right, so tags map tag. Now let's render it, which will be link this key, of course, of tag, and I need a link to how it will look like. So it will be blog tag and name of the tag, blog tag, and of course I need to do it with dynamic value, and it have to stand with slash. This is something that I need to address as well. Let's write it down somewhere here. Right, links in site should links to site pages should end with slash. otherwise it will not work. And maybe solve it by introducing link. Oh my god, component. Okay, yarn build. What is it? This is exactly that, but I'm rendering it too high. Yes, of course, should it be low? Okay. Right, because there is no CSS, and in order to provide CSS, I need to import it at least. Page tags, CSS, and how do I call it? Page tag. Okay. Class name page tag. Not good. Not good. Okay. So this CSS is not common. Right. Right. Okay, so first of all, let's at least do. Come on. Of course it doesn't work. So we can do it like this. Yes, okay, so I have. Let's make it a bit bigger. You know what? One is enough. Enough is enough. Okay. CSS is a problem. CSS is a problem. Okay. Let's see. So this is not loaded because I don't have functionality for that. Right. Which is not that good. Let's think about it. Okay. So here I'm rendering wrapper. And here's site render. here is page tags, site render CSS, and here it is, site render CSS. By the way, I do have CSS. Here it is. I'm just not using it. Just different topic. And I don't have style, and I don't have test for it, so I don't know even that I'm not using it. Sorry, I don't know that there is a problem that I'm not using it. And then right, so let's take a look. This is end-to-end tests, and here it is. Load site render. At no point I'm trying to do something with CSS. So I know where I'm importing it. I'm importing it in build.ts. And here it is, site render. I'm passing it down. Oh, and I'm actually should be able to import it. Am I copying? I should copy at some point CSS files. HTML assets, where are they coming from? And it's coming from plugin, page CSS plugin. CSS processor. Ooh. I think site render should be a bit more complicated than it is. Let's refactor it. Okay. Okay. Now it should work exactly as before, but I should have more room to do changes. Right. Okay. So now I need to decide how to copy the CSS. So I need eventually to copy it to build folder. I think assets will be good enough. Um, Oh, come on. And I need to copy it to... I need to copy it to here. Build assets. What? Why is it? Oh, okay. Okay. And here process CSS. Let's see that it's processed. Ooh. Target site render CSS doesn't exist. It is a problem. Ah, right. Oh, come on. Yes. Here it is, site render CSS. So now I can use it. Okay. So now I should be able to use it. Right. So basically, it's not here. It's in page creator. Yeah, HTML assets. Okay. So basically, what I can do is here I can check site render. Is it site render? I need the loader. Okay, it should be a bit smarter. A bit, not a lot. Should be a bit smarter. Okay. Okay, let's change it. Let's change it from being loader to just site render. And let's do it a bit smarter. Yes, site render, it's okay, it's okay. And let's call it site render. So page creator, here I'm expecting to get site render. And it shouldn't be undefined, by the way. And it also shouldn't be undefined. Right. But I think I need caching. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, something like that, right? Looks like it. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Right. So now maybe I just need to change it like this. Okay, let's make it private. Pum pum. Wow. Okay, val service can be without this part. Okay, so it could be undefined. So if there is, then wait. If not, then undefined. Okay. What is it? What is the problem? Eval service. You need to provide a page. Okay, I should be able to provide like this. All right. It's just unused. Okay, cool. And this one was not used as well. So, okay, it should solve all the problems related to at least typings. And let's run linting, because we are nothing without linting. Now we are everything. And let's see if I can still build all the stuff. Oh shit, not build only this project. Okay, and we have a problem. Okay, so it's undefined, which is unfortunate. Why is it undefined? It's undefined because it could be that of course. Now it will be okay. Right. Okay. Let's call it factory, because I don't just I have a problem calling it site render, because it's not exactly site render. It's something that is loading site render, but loader also doesn't seem like a good name. But it means that site render factory. Okay, no, okay. Let's rename it to sound render. Oh my god. Okay. We are not doing it because it's easy. We are doing it because we thought it will be easier. Okay. And so now we have site render factory. I still don't have CSS, by the way. So now I need by the way, but it means that I'm already copying CSS. I should at least. Assets, yes, I'm copying it. And okay, inside of page creator, I have something related to HTML assets, right? And here, no, come on, here I can site render CSS, and I need to get it from the factory, get asset CSS, and if there is one, site render CSS, then I want to add it. HTML assets, push, and site render CSS. It should be of type CSS and link href, which is not correct. How I'm processing it even? CSS processor. So what I'm doing here? So let's call it href, and it will be something like that. Yes, exactly. Okay, and it turns out menu link never loaded. And I only noticed it now. Okay. So now I have links that do nothing. Which is okay. pages. Okay. Int all. Oh my god. Okay. Actually, at this point, I need to test it because it turns out I had some problems that I wasn't aware that they are there. I think I have a test for site render. Sort of test. What? Yeah. Okay, a bit simple one, but it's okay. I have this one. Now I have this one. So maybe I can add here. So what I want to test is that CSS is loaded inside render, and it will be nice to do using comparison of screenshots, which is maybe what we need to do. So let's copy this test and build on top of it. So should render back image in imported component. Should render CSS in component from site render, or something like that. Okay. So basically I need to create site render, which will use a banner. That will be rendered using page wrapper. Okay. Actually, page, I don't care about the page, but I do care about the banner. Okay. Site render, background banner, page wrapper. Page wrapper. Okay. Maybe it will be enough. Maybe. So yarn test build E to E. Okay. So it should create screenshot, which has nothing. Which is unfortunate. So let's see. Let's see what has been created there. Okay. What do we have here? Assets, site render CSS, but we don't have an image. Image was not copied. Oh my god. Of course it doesn't work, because I'm not copying images. Oh, okay. So we're doing sort of TDD. Okay. So at this point, I need to fix CSS rendering in that I import from site render functionality, and only then I need to approach tags. Well, I can do it the other way around, but I don't think it will be a good approach. It should work. It just should work. And all this functionality is a bit annoying. So yeah, basically what is happening is that I am not copying images. And my process of copying images is not that easy. And it's not so straightforward. This is the reason why it doesn't work. Here it is. I have CSS processor. So first of all, let's introduce the component that uses background image. Then we'll continue. So here it is banner. So let's use banner. Site render, page wrapper, please. And here I want to use a banner. By the way, top menu. It doesn't have anything. Okay. So let's import it first of all. Import banner. Amazing. And I will add it below menu. Cool. Now I also need to remove it in other places. Homepage, let's remove it from here. Index.md. Well, let's keep it in index.md. Yarn build. No. Doesn't make sense. The only reason it works is because it's copied already. Right. Right. Yeah. Okay, now it doesn't work. Why is it blue? Okay. Add test for md file that imports component with background image. Right. Okay. Amazing. So it should happen somewhere here. CSS processor, post evaluation, HTML assets. Right. page. But I don't have page here. It's not related to page. What's file name? Is it unique enough? CSS target path should be unique enough. Okay. Okay, I don't need anything. Okay. Why do I need CSS file name? So it will site render CNTS, and then I need a file name, which will be site render CSS, I guess. Site render CSS, I guess. And CSS target path. It will be this one. Okay, and now I need to run post evaluation, which will be okay. Wait this CSS processor post evaluation route will be this route, and build page directory why? Why am I copying it twice? Oh, okay, I'm copying CSS itself. Okay, I'm copying CSS itself. Right. Right. So it looks like I don't need this one. Okay, and get HTML assets, which will be this one. Okay. But why do I use it? Page creator, I think. Right. Okay. This is banner. Okay. So let's see what's happening exactly. So we have playground, build, assets, site render CSS, and we have background, and here we have site render CSS. It makes sense to have site render CSS in assets, by the way. It makes sense. Okay, here I'm copying image. Here is build path, build page directory. I think here the expectation is that CSS will be copied only to one place. I mean, the expectation here was that CSS is copied to the same directory, which is no longer the case. So here I'm providing the correct directory, but the URL href it's only a file name. File name. And I actually can overcome it by just copying their display this part, but it will be not that great. I need to think how to make it a bit more logical, let's say, because the problem is that CSS processor is sort of assuming that CSS is copied to the same directory as an HTML file, and then it just provides a file name that needs to be rendered, which is not the case in this situation. Here I have sort of global CSS that is rendered once, and every page should import it. And it is something that is not supported by this functionality. Right. Okay, this is something that I need to think about. So looks like this is a good place to stop, and we'll address it some other time. Right. Okay. Thank you everyone, and have a good one. Bye bye.